Hello, my name is Rosanamod, and welcome to the rosanamod podcast. Want to modify your life? That is corny, but I'm going to keep it in there. This variety show brainstorms solutions for everyday challenges, unlocks your secret potential, think outside the box with creative ideas that improve your business and your life. Get inspired with special guests, get motivated with how-to projects for the whole family, and learn that life is too short for anything less than being happy. Laugh with me or at me, it doesn't matter. Somebody's going to laugh. Welcome to the Rosanamod Variety Pod. This is your vessel and host, Rosanamod, aka Rosanamod, and we are at episode 118, 118. Today, Wednesday Works is all about credit cards and your credit. There are 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. You get 1 free report a year. You're entitled to 1 free report. You can get it online or you can get it mailed to you and check for mistakes. Mistakes happen. Also, check for your addresses, your phone numbers, see if you can knock them out and keep just 1 name, 1 address, 1 phone number. Number 2, get your report date on your cards. That means each of these store cards or cards that you have a date that report your payments to these 3 bureaus. That date is important to know because if you spend money before that date, after you made a payment, it's going to show up as a debit when you're spending money. And that's going to be reported, so it's going to cancel out your payment and your score's going to dip. So I always make sure that I know the report dates, which is usually about 3 or 4 days after your due date. Number 3, I do returns on things that I buy just to boost my score. How do I do that? I make a purchase about $50 or more, and then I make sure that I return it so it shows up on the bureaus as a credit, not a debit. Because they don't know that you're refunding anything or returning anything. What they see on their end is a credit. It looks like money went back into your account. It shows it like you bought something and then you made a payment on it. Do you see what I mean? So the return is actually the credit. That's an excellent little tip from me. Number 4, never pay minimum, never. Put a little extra into that payment or you're going to end up paying interest only and it's just going to. Number 5, put it on auto pay and then you're never late. Just sign up for auto pay. And like I said in number 4, you could just add a little extra to make sure that it's not always on minimum. Okay? And also, here's a little tip. You can pick your own due date. So if you have 3 cards only in your wallet and you want them all to be taken out on the 1st of the month, just call or go online and ask and say, listen, I want my due dates to be the 1st of the month or the 15th of the month. Number 6, store cards are really not necessary. They just give you discounts on things. All right. Number 7, check your score before you apply to any store card or credit card. Every time you apply for something and you get denied, it dings your record a couple points and it goes down. And then you have to wait like 30 days for it to go back up because that's when the reports are due, right? Number 8, shopping cart trick. It only works for Community Bank. Just look online for Community Bank store cards. Now what you do in the shopping cart trick, which does work, is you go to these stores. Let's say you go to the home store. Okay, it's called the home store. You go in there and you want some furniture. Pretend like you're going to buy something. You pick something online and you put it into your cart like you're actually going to buy it. And you just keep going until it asks you for your information, like your address. You know, you might have to register your email or whatever. And then when you get to the part where it says, how are you going to pay? If you have to fill that part out, don't do it. It didn't work. Okay. But usually they'll send you, like it'll stop you and a little box will pop up at the end there. That's why it's called the shopping cart trick. At the end of the shopping cart, it'll pop up a little box that says, would you like to apply for the home card? Because they see you as a potential customer. You just click on yes if they offer and you fill out your information and you're going to get that card. 9 out of 10 times you'll get that card. Number 9, never close an account. I don't care how tempted you are. I don't care how bad the customer service was. Never close out an account, because the longer you keep an account open, the longer it registers in the bureaus as a person who's been responsible with a credit card. And here's a little tip on that one. If you don't like the card, or if you don't use the card, or if you don't like the store and you want to get rid of it, and you don't want to close your card out, always buy something at least once a month. Doesn't matter how much. Buy one little thing a month just to keep it open, or they will close your account for you. And if they close your account for you, what happens is it's a ding in your report, because that limit that they offered you, let's say you had a $1,000 limit, that limit is going to close out, and it's going to come off of the total amount that you have to spend. So that means you're now $1,000 poorer in the eyes of the bureaus. Last but not least, always make sure that you keep your total balances under 30%. Bonus tips are Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, and Wallet Hub. Sign up for those. At least sign up for Credit Karma, because that's what I have. Every day they check your score with the bureaus. They update your score, and they're pretty accurate. What kind of things do they go by? Well, they go by the Vantage score, which is 3.0, and the FICO score, which is 8 or 9. What is FICO? FICO is Fair, Isaac, and Co. That's really how it started in 1956. It's a data analysis out of California. And they analyze the scores. And the scores are as follows, just for your FYI, okay? 300 to 579 is poor. 580 to 669 is fair. 670 to 739 is good. 740 to 799 is very good. And 800 to 855 is excelente. So if you have any of those, you don't have to worry. And on the Vantage score, what is Vantage? Vantage is a consumer credit score model. That's all it is. It's just a score model. And it comes from the three bureaus and owned by the three bureaus, the Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And they have started in 2006 and by Vantage Score Solutions LLC. So it's a company. Their scores are a little different than the FICO. The FICO is what the mortgage companies use to score you anyway. So you go by the FICO that I just gave you. The Vantage scores are a little bit different. They're 300 to 600 for poor, 601 to 660 for fair, 661 to 780 is good, and 781 to 850 is excelente. So if you want to learn anything and you have any questions or something, just go to nerdwallet.com. That's a pretty good place to learn stuff, or Investopedia. By the way, I meant to tell you, Credit Karma uses TransUnion and Equifax. So they don't have the Experian score. If you want the Experian score, you have to go on the Experian website for that. The Wallet Hub, I believe, just uses TransUnion. CreditWise, which is another one, they use TransUnion. And if you're going to buy something big, like a car or a house or something, just remember that when they pull your score, it does dip. It's a hard pull, it's called. It does dip your score. What they do is they get the median score. So let's say you have an Experian score of 600 and you have a TransUnion score of 650, and then you have an Equifax score of 700. They're going to go by the median score, which is the 650. So if that one's too low, just keep that in mind, right? So always remember that. So I've gave you some extra tips. I hope that this was pretty good. Wednesday works. I'm a day behind, but that's okay because I'm still doing my dailies. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, you know what to do. You know how to find me. I'm going to leave it up to you guys because you've been good so far. I've gotten some people actually finding me on Instagram for some reason. When I stopped saying look for me on Instagram at rosanamod, I noticed that people are now looking for me. So maybe you just like to work and you just don't like being told what to do. All right, so listen to my new outro. I hope you like it. Let me know, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for stopping in. I always appreciate your time, and I hope you gained something positive from today's episode. If you did, then share it, and please show your love in the links below. You will be helping me help you. If you want to contact me, I know you'll find a way because my avatar audience is a genius, like the host. So talk to you soon. God bless you. And what do we say? Ciao.